The last 2 days, I have not made one of these videos. 2 days ago, I went out, we wrapped on set, and I went out with, or rather, we finished up the competition portion of the show, and I went out with the crew, the cast rather, and we had a fucking blast. We went out partying, we went clubbing. It was the whole shebang. So much fun. Yesterday, I was flying back, and I got in here to Austin at midnight. And it was more important for me to spend time with Taylor, and yeah, my priority and my focus was elsewhere. But tonight, I'm back on it, and every day moving forward, I'm back on it. Sorry, 1 second. Let me make sure I'm not overexposed. There we go. But yeah, there's just been, the last couple of days have been kind of insane, and yeah, the takeaways, the everything is just, it's kind of bonkers. The thing that's on my mind right now is I'm happy to be home. I miss my family so much. And like, it's an adjustment period coming back, and like everyone has gone on with like just fine without you for a month now. You know, everyone has their routines, they're self-sufficient, you know, and that's great. But coming back and realizing that you're not needed in the same way, it's its own adjustment period. And that's like definitely a certain amount of like ego talking and a certain amount of insecurity there. And so I'm trying to process like, okay, where is my place in the house now? Which is, I mean, it's good. That's like, and in a lot of ways, this trip and this space were really good for both me and for Taylor. I grew a lot as a person and as a creator, and the last month has been very humbling in a lot of ways. And making sure that I'm taking away the right lessons is it's a challenge. I'll talk about that in a second, but like for Taylor, it was really good, and she, a lot of times her default is to push her needs to the back and to focus on and prioritize other people, especially me, and Lily, and so me not being here was really good for her in the sense that she had to focus on herself, and that's amazing. That's really awesome, and that's the way it should be. Really is the way that it should be. And so she's found her routines, and she's found things that make her happy, and I'm excited for her. That actually makes me really happy. Lily's good. She missed me, and I missed her a lot. And today I really got to I got to see her this morning. I got in too late to actually see her last night, but I saw her this morning. We did a lot of playing. We just got back from the B unit where we did the Tyler, Caroline, Alex, and Sabrina were doing competitive gingerbread houses. Tyler and Alex were on a team. Caroline and Sabrina were on a team. And they were going to go on a double date, and whoever lost had to pay for the date. And dude, it was a lot of fun to watch. It was a timed competition. I can't seem to get away from those. And they had 10 minutes to plan and 50 minutes to create. But it looked really cool. And the gingerbread houses came out, and Taylor, Lily, and I were the judges, and the girls won. But yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. It's kind of surreal not being on set anymore. It was a crazy experience. But I'm definitely glad to be back. There's a lot of growth that happened for me as a creator while I was there. A lot of breaking down of like what is and isn't okay to talk about, and like where my insecurities and like fear around certain kinds of content are, and my perfectionism and whatever. And I am excited to continue to grow more. That arc isn't over at all. I still have a lot to work on. Yeah, being a content creator is my ideal life. And I want this. I realized. Being a creator, I had been burned out for a while. And content was working, but not nearly as well as we wanted or needed, to be quite honest. And it was just like probably 6 months to a year of just really struggling. And it really took like this big, literally a reality TV show to like force, like I moved out and like had people judging and critiquing what I was making, and had other creators around me all the time, like brainstorming, like just all kinds of crazy stuff. And it was fun, and it was hard, and it was really humbling, and I still have so much more to learn. And I'm working on implementing that right now. Right now, I'm basically working on posting at least 4 times a day on TikTok. At minimum, at like bare minimum. Like I'm encouraging myself to do more, but minimums are a really important concept to me, and because I carry a lot of guilt around not working hard enough and the thought of not working hard enough. So I need to set like minimums where if I hit this, I'm not going to like self-flagellate, not going to berate myself, and I can just be happy in having done that. And so like 4 a day on TikTok, posting on Instagram every day, Threads every day, Pinterest every day, YouTube every day, which is a lot, but it is the life that I want. And posting that frequently on TikTok had, like, you get pretty quick feedback. And right now, like, views and everything are tanking, plummeting. Like, it's a different style of content. Like, that's just how it works. I haven't figured it out yet. It's normal. And really learning to, like, trust the process and ride this out is hard. And that's where I've kind of gotten stuck every time I've tried to make this change before, is I just haven't trusted the process. And I'll get like scared when views drop because it is my income. And there's definitely a large element of pride tied up in it. And I'll bail, and then I'll just go back to what works. But what works only works in a certain sense. Like, it gets like decent views, and we get decent money, and I get decent satisfaction from it, you know. But I was really getting burnt out for a long time because I could feel that I'd stagnated and I wasn't growing. I wasn't being really true to myself or authentic in what I was creating, and there was a lot more that I wanted to talk about and do and say, and it just wasn't. And right now, I am learning, and I'm trying, and I'm doing the thing that I really want to do, and I'm trusting the process. We're like not even a week in of me posting this frequently, maybe like 4 or 5 days in. So it's like, it's ridiculous for me to be like, like panicking about it. So I'm trying to be like, okay, be for fucking real right now. Like, chill out. Keep doing it. You know? Like, if I bail, I just go back to what I was doing before, and I just get burnt out doing it. And if I'm going to be unhappy doing something, like, there are other better things that I could be doing, you know? I'm getting my engineering degree right now. I can just work an engineering job if I want to like just grind something out, you know? Like, if I'm not going to enjoy it, there are better things that I could be doing with my time and not enjoying. Not that I wouldn't necessarily enjoy an engineering job, I would. But the point of this is for me to live the life that I want to live and make the impact that I want to make. And if I'm unhappy, then I'm not doing either. So why? You know? But yeah, learning to trust the process. It takes most people 4 years plus to get like an engineering degree. You know, it's weird for me to be 4 days deep into doing a new thing with content and being like, why isn't it working? It's like, well, because you're 4 days deep. You know? But that's just the way that my head works, and it's silly. It's silly. It just is silly. But yeah, I want to build that resilience because I believe that resilience is a skill, and I want to be a tougher person in a number of different ways, not just in like a physical sense, but in terms of like a discomfort sense, in terms of a validation sense. I don't want to be reliant on external validation and numbers for my happiness, because I've been there and that sucks. It's a terrible way to like let other things like that run your day. It's a terrible way to live. The peaks are okay, but the troughs are really low, and you have no control over it. So, learning to be more resilient, learning to be a better storyteller, learning to say what I want to say. That's what I'm doing. Where is this? All right. Good night, y'all.